Welcome back to the Crochet Cradles with my friends over at JOANN.com. This is week number 5 as we continue our journey together. Behind the scenes, the cat and the dog are trying to get to know each other. So if you hear the dog, I'm going to blame the neighbor, but it's actually mine. So today we're going to continue the journey. You have to give this one a bit of time though, because it takes a few rows before you really truly see the effect. And once I saw the effect happen, I was like, wow. So it's really one of those that you just have to be patient with it, and it's a nice easy repeat, and you just have to get the last section done today. Without further ado, let's head on into the studio and let's get started right now. So let's move on to week number 5, and week number 5 is the final body panel that we're going to be doing, and you're just going to continue to build it up on top of your project. If you would like to restart a new project exclusively just with this stitch, it's in multiples of 12 plus 28 in order to do that, and then you just start. And then if you would just like to continue to build on, it's just multiples of 12 plus 27. So what we're going to be doing today is that we're going to get you started. There's an easy repeat here of 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you're going to do that all the way to row number 32. So let's just take a look at this more closely, and let's just look. So it's going to be a relatively short video today. I'm going to kick you off. We're going to start doing some cabling work right away, and we're just going to do this. So it's actually really kind of a neat idea that when you're looking at this project. So when we go to look at the main graph itself, so this is kind of where we started. We did all this fun stuff. We did the diamonds. So this time when we did the diamonds, we changed it up a little bit. Instead of doing the bobbles, we did the loop stitch, and here we're going to finish it off with the cable. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will then conclude that. So without further ado, let's grab our project and let's begin, and we're going to start row number 1 right here, and we're going to start doing something right away, so it's not just a single crochet row. So let's begin row number 1. We're going to just chain up 1, and we're going to apply 1 single crochet in the first 13. So let's count those out together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So right next one is going to be, and it's, you can see the diamond is right there, so it's the one right above it, and that's going to be your what are they calling those? A make a bobble. So wrap twice like you had been before, and then pull through 2 and 2 and hold, and do that 3 times. So we've covered that already in the earlier panel, and this is going to make it pop. So once you have all 4 loops done, so you have 3 of those, and the starting one gives you 4, so pull through and just use your finger and just kind of pop it out. So the repeat pattern then going across this is 1 single crochet into the next 11, and then you're going to make a bobble, and you're going to keep repeating that all the way to the other side. When you get to the top of the last diamond, that's going to be the last one, and then you just single crochet right to the end of the row, and then we're going to turn our work and then begin row number 2. So when we turn our work, we're just going to chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet all the way back across. So I'm going to leave this now row number 1 and 2, and you can get that done and meet me on row number 3 next. So now that I've just finished row number 2, it's just a single crochet row back. I'm looking at the right side again. So I'm going to be using these bobbles here to be the center point of what's going up. So you're going to notice the repeat pattern will happen above each one of these and creating that line. So when we say repeat, that's kind of what you're looking for, but all the stitch counts should line up to that anyway. So let's move on to row number 3. In row number 3 we're going to start doing some fun cabling, and it's not as hard as it looks. So let's begin row number 3. So let's begin row number 3. We're going to chain up 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 12. So let's count those out. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you can see that the bobble's now popping up. So what we have now is that we're going to do the cable. So to do that, we're going to do a front double crochet front post. So you're going to wrap the hook, and you're going to skip the first one and go around the post of the second one. So go in there and do that as a front post, So just wrap one time. So I was used to doing that bobbling there. And so you're gonna do the very next one, so wrap and go into the one after that. Now you're going to do a front post treble around the one that you just skipped. Okay, so right over here. So this one's a treble, so wrap twice and come around the one that you skipped and do that. So because it's further away, it has to be a treble. So the first two are doubles and the last one is a treble, and you end up with that overlay. So now you're gonna start in the next stitch that's available to you, and you were going to then do single crochet in the next 9. So let me get you to the next repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're gonna skip the very next one and just go around the post of the second one, and it's a front post double, and then do the one right after it, front post double, and then do a front post treble around the one that you skipped. So wrap twice around the one you skipped, like that, and then do the next 9 and etc. So I want you to do that all the way across, and you're basically doing the cabling right above these bobbles. So when the bobbles are done, you're pretty much and then you get the cabling done, you're pretty much single crochet right to the end. So continue this to row number to the end of row number 3, where I'll pick you up in row number 4. We'll start from that point. So let's begin number 4. So I just single crocheted the last few here. You have the cable. So what we want to do is concentrate on that cable, because that's where we're gonna work with row number 4. So the repeat pattern for this is actually 5 through 8. So this is the last time, and then we're gonna start the repeat pattern from that point. So these 3 is where you wanna focus. So you can either count, if you're confident in your stitches, you can count. But if you're like me and you've just been kind of following along and you know that the counts are right, you can just single crochet yourself across. So it actually is single crochet 12, just to cover the basis on that. So what I'm looking for on this row is those 3 of those cable stitches. Okay, which is coming up right now. So these 3. So they're each gonna be a back post single crochet. So let me just verify that. Single crochet back post. So just come around the back and pop it out to the back. So just grabbing the first stitch, so it's the one that's leaning over. So keep in sequence of the top. So 1, 2, 3. So keep in sequence and just go into the back post, single crochet those. This helps keep this cabling amazing. So just do those 3 in a row. Then you're just gonna immediately jump to the next one and just single crochet yourself to the next cabling that you have. So it's a total of 9 of those, which makes sense because you were doing 9 single crochets in between these cables anyway. So when you get to the next grouping of cabling, it's 9 away, but I'm looking and I'm just gonna do a back post single crochet around those 3. Just like that. So continue to do this all the way across, and then when you do the final cabling, just single crochet yourself all the way to the other side, and then we're gonna pick up and do rows number 5 through 8 as the repeat. And if you turn it around, you see it looks pretty cool. Let's continue this journey up to the end of row number 4. So let's begin the repeat of 5 through 8. This is row number 5. Chain up 1, and we're going to single crochet in the first 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So when we come up to the cabling right here, you're going to notice is that you have your 3 in a row, and what we're doing is we're concentrating on the stitch work itself. So let's do that. So we're going to just come straight down into the next front post and do a front post double crochet, and then you are going to then do a single crochet, and then the middle one here is going to be that bobble. So we're gonna make that bobble. So we're gonna do one of those. Okay, pull it all together. The next one is going to be a single crochet, and then finally the last one that you're going to have will be a front post double crochet. Like that. Okay, so then the spacing between the difference here, do you remember what it's gonna be? It's gonna be 7. I actually didn't say it already, so it is 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we're looking at that cable work, so it gives you an indication of where you are. So you're going to do a front post double around the next post. You're going to single the next one, single crochet, and then you're going to do your bobble. So it's right in the middle, if you can see that. And you're gonna repeat this all the way across. So now you're really getting into the fun stuff. Once the bobble's done, you're going to single crochet the next one, and then front post and double around the next one, the next post. And you'll do that all the way across, and then you'll have 7 and then continue. So please do this all the way across. I'll see you at the end of row number 5. We'll start number 6 together. So as we move to row number 6, we created those ridges, and it's hard to see now, but it will show up eventually. And these here, the front posts that we did, we want to keep those as a ribbing that is extending outward. So when we do row number 6, all we're just going to do is making sure that those stay as an outward push. So we have to make those as a back post single crochet in order to do that. So that's what we're gonna concentrate on this row. So this row, here we go, we're going to just chain up 1, and we're going to apply 1 single crochet in the first 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So the next one will be this here. It's the front post double crochet from before. So this time you're going to make that as a back post single crochet. And what that is doing is it keeping that ridge on the back side, which is the front of the project. So then the next 3 stitches in a row are each a single crochet. So it's in between those ridging. So remember that there's 3 stitches. Remember there was a single crochet, a bobble, single in between. So these are just gonna be a regular single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. And then finally you're going to make that other one here as a back post single crochet, and that'll keep those ridges going up on the other side, and it will be more obvious the further we get into this. So starting in the very next stitch, as we're working our way, we want to do 7 single crochets. So this is the repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so we do that again. So this here, do you see it? So you're gonna make that as a back post single crochet. You're going to single crochet the 3 that are in between those. And so the next one here is a back post single crochet. So this is row number 6. So please do this all the way across, and I'll see you at the end of row number 6, and then we'll review number 7 and 8, and that'll be the end of the repeat, and you'll be able to see it those ridges more when we turn it around. So let's begin row number 7. I know it's hard to see, it's a darker color yarn. So what we want to do, last time we did this kind of row, we did the coming down of the front post double crochets, and then we did a bobble. So there was a single, a bobble, a single. So this time on row number 7, what we're going to do is that we're going to do the drop down just like you see, but we are going to do the cabling that will be existing between. So let's begin row number 7. So chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet in the first 11. So let's count those out together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so you can see almost the ridge here. So what we want to do is that we want to do a front post double around the next one. This is actually when it was turned around, that was the back post single crochet. So we're going around there. So we're going to do a front post, a double crochet. So remember, skip the first one and go to the second. And then do it again. So around the next front post double crochet. There you go. And then we're going to do a front post treble around the one we skipped. Like that. And then immediately the next one here is the front post double crochet around that single crochet that was a back post in the last row. So you can see that the ridging is keeping everything in between. So you have your bobbles, you have your cable stitching. So once you get that done, then we just keep on moving across this thing. So let's continue to move across. So we're gonna go 7 single crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we start all over again. So let's do that. So it's gonna be a front post double crochet around the next one. And then we do the cabling. So we skip the first one and do a front post double around the next one after that. So it's, and then its friend next door. And then do a front post treble around the one you skipped. And then finally you're gonna do a front post double crochet around the next one, which is the which was the back post single crochet in the row before that. So continue that all the way across and you'll single crochet the remaining after you get your last section done like this, and then I'll see you there and we'll just continue with row number 8 next, and then we will then begin the repeat of 5 through 8 for the duration of this project. So let's begin row number 8. I'm doing the diagram. I actually filmed this entire tutorial and it turns out that the clipping for number 8 is missing from the camera. And it turns out that when I was turning on the camera, which I thought I was actually turning it off when I recorded. So I apologize for that. So I'm going to explain it instead. So we're going to chain up 1 to start, and then you were going to then single crochet in the first 11 single crochets, which will take you to the grouping of the cabling work. So the 5 stitches that are involved in the cables and the ridges that you have, they'll each be a single crochet back post around these 5. You are then going to single crochet then the next 7, and then again the next grouping there will be 5 single crochets in the back post once again, and that will keep it equal. And you're gonna continue to do that all the way across, and then the final 11 will then be a single crochet as you know it. So I do apologize for not being able to demonstrate this on camera at this time of filming. Now the whole project is completely done, and this is the best I can do at this moment without ripping apart my entire project. So this is it. Just take a look at the diagram and we'll keep moving on in today's tutorial. So I've just finished now rows number 8, and I want to continue to repeat the pattern. So it's 5, 6, 7, and 8 is the repeat. So what we have is that we have to do that total 6 times. So you see it here. So this is 5, 6, 7, and 8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I just did them in groups of 4. It just makes it easier for me to follow. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12. So you want to do the repeat a total of 6 times, and I'll take you to the end of 32 where I will meet you there, and then we'll just finish off rows number 33 and 34 together, and actually the body of the afghan is then officially done. So what I want you to do, just reverse the video back if you need to, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and continue the journey, and you will see it coming out here. It's not so obvious with so much studio lighting coming at this thing, but when you get this into regular lighting, the shadowing and everything just looks really quite amazing. So continue your journey, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I'll see you on row number 33 in just a few seconds for now, but I got some homework to do in the meantime. So in this point of the tutorial, I already have now my rows complete, and I'm just gonna do 33 and 34. So it's the final two, and then the body of this afghan is completely done. So you can see that I checked it off on my list. You can also see in the diagram here, this was the very last section here, and then we're going to move on in week number 6 to be able to do the border and then the fringe if you would like to add that on there. So let's do rows number 33, 34. Pretty easy at this point. Just chain up one single crochet across and do that for the 2 rows, and then you're done, and I will see you then, and we'll continue and finish off in week number 6 next time. We'll see you. One more thing before I let you go into week number 6. So this is the end of week number 5. We want to just end this yarn here, and we're going to fasten off. So it's the first time you're fastening off if you're using the symphony here. So once you have that done, just weave in the yarn tail, and when we start week number 6 we're starting the border, so we'll have a nice clean start. So go back across into the stitches one time, and then come back, that's 2 times, and back in the other direction for a 3rd time. So back and forth 3 times if you want to fasten that off, please. You could try to weave it in, but chances are it will fall out. So just grab a tapestry needle and finish that off. And then when we start week number 6 we're gonna turn it to the good side and then begin our journey once again. See you on week number 6. So this is the end of week number 5. So get this stuff done, fasten off, and let's get ready for week number 6 as we continue the border and the final fringe with you. So I'll see you next time. If you're sharing on social media, please use Handmade with Joanne as well as the Crochet Crowd. We'd love to see and hear your stories. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd, and we'll see you again week number 6, and let's get it done next time.